Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating AI wellness coach. But this is so much more than just lines of code. It's a lifeline really for legal advocates, and it's built on a foundation of some of the most profound, hard-won human experience you can imagine.
So let's just imagine the pressure for a second. You're a legal advocate. You are just moments away from a super high-stakes hearing. The entire weight of your client's future is pretty much on your shoulders. It's a feeling that people in the field call holding cell panic, that raw, immediate stress point where everything just feels completely overwhelming.
And it's not just in those moments of crisis. This kind of work means carrying that heavy emotional weight from client stories day in and day out. There's a name for it: vicarious trauma. And it creates this massive risk for burnout in a profession where people are already pushed to their absolute limits. So, what if technology could actually offer a lifeline in those moments? Well, that's the whole idea behind this tool, an AI wellness coach that's designed specifically to provide support, not just in a crisis, but to ease the burdens of that daily grind too. So, how does it actually work? Well, picture this. A lawyer is at the Brooklyn courthouse. They're about to go in front of a really tough judge for an arraignment, and they start to feel that panic rising. The AI, which might even know their schedule, can step right in with immediate person-centered support. And that support can look a few different ways. It might pop up with a quick 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding script to help them kind of recenter themselves. Or it could suggest something simple like, hey, take a short walk to the Columbus Park fountain, just for a moment to breathe. Or it could do something truly unique, share a peer story. And that peer story, that's where the real power is. Can you imagine, in a moment of total professional panic, getting a message like this? It's not just generic advice, it's a direct, empathetic connection. It's rooted in this deep shared understanding of the justice system, but from a perspective you might never expect. But look, this tool isn't just for putting out fires. It also weaves itself into the daily routine with some incredibly practical features. We're talking real-time court schedules, suggestions for quiet coffee spots near the office, and even optimized traffic and transit directions to make a chaotic day just a little bit simpler. So what is this powerful thing actually called? It's known as PCTIL. And to really get what makes it tick, we've got to look at the unique philosophy that's driving the whole thing. So PCTIL stands for Person-Centered Trauma-Informed Lawyering. The AI itself says it's a healing-centered tool. Its main purpose is to move way beyond simple legal crisis management. The real goal here is to build a system of support that genuinely centers care, autonomy, and dignity for every single person involved. Okay, so how does it do all that? I mean, this isn't just about clever programming. PCTIL is built on a really powerful intellectual engine, and it's made up of 3 core frameworks that guide every single one of its interactions. These 3 frameworks all work together, and it's this combination that creates such a unique approach. First, you've got trauma-informed lawyering, which basically recognizes that everyone involved might have experienced trauma, so it adjusts to be safer and more supportive. Second, there's person-centered awareness, which puts the individual's needs first, no one-size-fits-all solutions. And finally, liberatory practices, which is all about empowering users and challenging the very systems that cause harm. It's that blend that makes the support so effective.
And woven through all of those frameworks is something that is absolutely vital: cultural competency. This is not just some add-on feature or an afterthought. No, it's fundamental to the tool's entire design. It's what makes sure that the support being offered is actually relevant, respectful, and genuinely helpful to people from all walks of life.
And that brings us to what I think is the most remarkable part of this entire story. Because the real innovation here, it isn't just the AI, and it's not just the academic frameworks. It's the human engine that powers it. It's the people who actually built it. As one source put it, what makes this whole thing so different is this unprecedented mix. You have the academic rigor, sure, you have the community focus, but it's all built on top of a foundation of profound lived experience. Which brings us to co-founder Alejo Rodriguez. His story is really at the heart of this tool. His journey is just incredible. It took him from serving time for a double homicide to becoming a leader at Columbia Law, where he's now founding these transformative legal advocacy programs. 32 years. Just let that sink in. That is the depth of lived experience and redemption that informs every single interaction this tool provides. The other co-founder is Sean Carrile, and his path is just as remarkable. Get this, he survived being shot 11 times,
served 17 years for manslaughter, and when he was released, he built a successful AI and web design business completely from the ground up.
17 years. See, these aren't just numbers on a slide. They represent this authentic, hard-won wisdom that you simply cannot program from a textbook. And this right here is the whole point of PCTIL. These lived experiences, they're not just background info. They are the authentic foundation of the entire tool. It's their insight, their wisdom, that makes those peer stories so powerful and the trauma-informed support so incredibly genuine.
So what we're really looking at here is a completely new model, not just for care, but for tech development itself. It's a model where the deepest human experiences of struggle, of transformation, and of redemption are woven directly into the code.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just some app to manage your stress. It's a technology that carries a mission. It is, in its very DNA, a story of redemption.
And that leaves us with a final thought. A question, really. When you see how powerfully this tool has integrated such profound personal experience right into its design, it really makes you wonder, right? How might other critical fields, we're talking healthcare, education, social services, how could they benefit from embedding that same kind of deep, lived experience into their solutions? What kind of impact could that really have?